evening, everyone, and welcome to another Simply Colorful Fibercast. Today's date is November 20th, 2020. My name is Lynn Marquidant, and I'm your host. Grab a project and let's see what we can accomplish together in the next 60 minutes. Today, as we enter the week of Thanksgiving, we have so much to be thankful for. I hope that you similarly are thinking about what you're grateful for, even despite the fact that we're living in a pandemic. So welcome. Today, what I'm thankful for is my dog. As many of you may have seen a few weeks ago, we actually adopted Buster. He's 5 years old, and he's a Maltese Terrier mix, and he's a cutie pie, and his hair's been growing. And this was a big week for him. He went to the vet, and he had all of his hair cut. He will be making an appearance later on. As a result of getting his hair cut, he needs some more coats. He has one coat, which I love. It came with him. It fits him beautifully. It's double-sided, so he can wear the tweed or he can wear the brown. Hello, Allie. Good morning. Down under. I love to see all of your sewing. It's great. So I thought we would make him another coat. And actually, I was thinking more than one coat. So what we're going to do is use this as our pattern today. And I'm going to walk you through how I do it. Not so much to teach, but just to tell you, excuse me, and show you as I go along. Hi, Maggie. How we're doing with making his coat. So first off, again, using this as our pattern, I took some interfacing that I've been using for all those t-shirt quilts I'm making, and I drew just a rough pattern around it, right? So I measured the main body. It's very much like a bib, isn't it? Okay, then I also measured each of the side seams here and here, what are these, tabs? And they are, I guess in this case, they're both tweed, but I wanted to make them match the side of the jacket that it's going to be. So I cut out those. I measured those and cut out some pieces for that. Okay. So then what I did was I wanted to quilt my fabric, and excuse me, I used the quilting machine to do it. Oh my goodness. And I picked up this fabric down at Tumbleweed this week on the clearance rack, but it's good quality. So one side is Christmas fabric and the other side is red with gold on it. And then I thought I'd make him another one. I loved this pattern. It's actually from Japan, it says. www.quilt-gate.com, printed in Japan, and it has some Japanese writing. But I really liked that pattern, and it looks cool in the camera, I must admit. And then I found another modern print on the back, and I sewed them together, and then I put them on the machine so that I could at least have a large enough, like a yard by a yard type of fabric that I could put on the machine. This, I don't know if you can see it, and the motif's a little too big, but I quilted it with holly. Maybe you can see that. It's hard to see with the camera. I used polyester because I had it, a high loft polyester, because I had it laying around and I thought it might keep the dog a little warmer. In retrospect or in hindsight, I would use just a cotton. I think it's a little too fluffy, but it'll be fine. So then what I'm doing, and I'm going to make a couple of them at the same time, and I have another one in process that will hopefully hurry us along. I took a Sharpie marker and I took our interfacing pattern that we created, and I just literally drew as close as I could get to it all the way around. So I've actually done that. And I know you can't see it, but there is a shape. Now, what I also did then was, before I cut it out, I went to my machine and I sewed about 1/8 of an inch inside that Sharpie mark, because I didn't want any of my quilting to ravel. So I actually am using this machine and I'm going to go all the way around it before I do the final cut. This is just a rough cut. So this is, if you bought quilted fabric at the fabric store, it actually would be more tightly quilted than this, but this will do for what we're doing right now. And then I go here to my machine and I'm going to stay inside, like I say, 1/8 of an inch. And the only reason I'm doing this is to capture the quilting threads so that when I do cut this out, they don't unravel. It also helps because it's more of a loose quilting. It also helps with areas that aren't quite so quilted. This isn't as bad. The other one had maybe 3-inch areas that weren't quilted and it was kind of wide open. So this is helping keep that all down. I'm sorry, this isn't very fun to watch, but at least we see. Okay. Go down. Oh. I'm trying to keep the curve as smooth as I can. But you can see I'm not obsessing over it too much because this really is going to get washed and dried, washed and dried. It's going to be outside in the elements, and it doesn't have to be perfect. The doggy's perfect. Hi, Linda. I'm glad to know you're out there. Did you know that I got a dog? Actually, both Bob and I got a dog, but like he said today when I brought him home after getting clipped, and I asked for a short clip because the poor thing hadn't been groomed in a long time, and he was looking pretty scraggly, and he'd got bit by ticks, and I just wanted him all cleaned up. So as Bob says when I get home, yeah, it's my job now to take care of the gerbil. First he called him Shrimpy. Then he was joking. He said, well, you can take care of the gerbil. That's how small this dog is. He almost looks like a Chihuahua right now, which cracks me up. Aren't you curious to see him? He's right down here sleeping. And I told him, get ready. I'm going to be talking about you. So I'm just cutting out his jacket. I like this one. The Christmas one is okay, but there's something off about the color, which I think is why it was on the clearance rack. But it's going to look good nonetheless. Okay, so here is the front and the back. Then what I thought I would do, so is it needs a binding. And I sized it, and I actually have 1.5 inch, and I'm not going to double the binding. I don't need it to be that. Hi, Lynn. Oh, this is Tansy. Tansy needs a new coat too. Tansy will get a new coat. What colors look good on Tansy? You'll have to tell me. Oh, Sue, that cracks me up. You will have to tell me tomorrow on Open Sew. Because we want to make sure Tansy looks good and in a flattering color and theme. Of course, we do have Christmas and modern here. Oh, that's a riot. For those of you who might not know, maybe Sue has already told you, Tansy is, I think he's a Shih Tzu. Have I heard that right in the past? That's a guess, as most of my things are. So what I did was, excuse me, I swallowed something. So I picked a side, and I like this fabric. So I iron in one side 1/4 of an inch, and then, just like quilt binding, I found it worked if I, starting at the wrong spot. Sorry, guys. I didn't even pin it actually, so I'm not going to pin it here. Go in here, and it's a fat 1/4 inch. And I go inside that 1/8 of an inch seam I made to hold all the quilting in. So you keep going around. I do all of that. And then, that's as far as I got on this one. Then you fold that over. So here I did it on the red one. And then I'm able to fold it over and ironed it. And I am going to hand bind it because I never like the look when I try to finalize a binding on my sewing machine, and I have the time, and it will just look so much better. So I'll do all of that, right? So this one's all ready. And this one, let me just, I'll go back to this if we have time. So this one, similarly, I just sewed, we'll sew this all around, and then it will have a nice binding. So we'll put that aside. Then on our original, if you remember, this is the one we're following with the pattern. There's the pattern. There are these two tabs that go under Buster's belly. And they have Velcro. I hope I have Velcro here. I'm sure I do somewhere. So I measured those, and actually, because I had the interfacing out, I interfaced the tabs. So here, I made them 2.5 inches raw wide, and I'm going to use that. I think it was by 5 inches there, and then this one will be 6 or 7 inches. And I figure if they're a little bit longer than the prototype, that's okay, so they can fit different size dogs. And then there will be some Velcro under here, under his chin too. So there and there, right? That's what it'll look like. Okay, so what I thought I would do was put right sides together and sew around, leave an opening on the 4th side, but sew all the way around it. And then I'm going to trim, rather than clip, I'm going to trim the interfaced fabric down, like you do on a collar. Oh, speak of the devil. Hi, Buster. Okay, so I've sewn around here. Now I'm going to take corners off. And then I'm going to trim one of the two seams, the one with the interfacing, so that instead of a quarter of an inch, it's an eighth of an inch seam allowance. And that will enable us to turn it. It should look a bit crisper. So how's everyone doing? So stylish, Buster, says Karen. Hi, KB. He is going to look amazing. Just wait till you see his haircut. He looks so little. Okay. So now turn this one. You know, and because I have pins in the one here, I'm thinking maybe I'll just take the pins out. I'm not going to try it on him with pins. That would freak him out. He's had a busy week. Yes, Joanne, you have a golden retriever. Oh, what a beautiful, sweet dog. Oh, hi, Linda Griffin. Hi, Maureen. Ding, 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 ding. Nice to see you. It's chilly, huh? I know. I'm glad to know you're out there. Aw, Maggie, your puppy. Julie could use a coat. I know. How about the jar quilt behind me? This is a customer's. She just went to quilt camp. Or actually, she sewed with a friend or two, I think, is really calling it quilt camp gives it too much. But don't you love the jar spy quilt? That's really fun. I forgot about that until I saw it. I thought I would share it. It hasn't been quilted yet, of course. So Maggie, I'm so glad you're out there. I was thinking of making one of those for my grandson with bugs and dinosaurs. Definitely. I spy quilts. You know what? If you want, I'll look for some bugs and dinosaurs and see if I have any. And dare I ask, I'll IM you or message you with the link to Open Sew tomorrow. Okay. So let me turn that on. So here's one of them. And then this one, because it's not like I could turn it inside out and have I'm basically going to sew it on top and top stitch the whole thing. It'll be fine. This is not looking very good though. Huh. Kind of smaller tool could I use? I'm using my sewing caddy that Tansy's mother gave me. There we go. And I'm using these little, what are they called? Tweezers? Tongs? That my friend Sarah gave me. I am so lucky and so thankful. I really am. I still get grumpy, don't get me wrong. Of course, those of you, my family knows that. Okay, so that looks pretty good and square. Okay, so we follow that, you know what I can do? I can be careful when you copy patterns like this, which I often do. The pattern can creep bigger on you. Like this one is. It's not a lot bigger, but well, yeah, it's probably a quarter of an inch all the way around. Not too bad though. Okay, so here's one of them. I'm marking where to put them. All right, let's do the other one. Oh, Buster. So Buster tested positive for Lyme. He's a 5-year-old dog, and we have a lot of ticks around here in New England, and it's not surprising. He also tested positive for, hi Pumpkin, for anaplasmosis. But they tested come here. You want to come up? Yeah, you want to say hi to everyone? Come here. Come here. Come here. Get ready. Say hi to everyone on the camera. Oh, Linda. Yes, the jar quilt's nice. I'm working on a coat for Buster. Here you go. Oh, that's the turntable. So here's your old coat, right? Which is very dapper and looks very good on you. Cutie. He's so little. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Oh, you're going to sit down? Hey, there's a nice coat. Yeah, it's going to keep you nice and warm. Oh, that looks sharp on you. He says, why are you talking? Why are you talking to yourself? I know, I'm talking to the camera. Good boy. Okay, we'll put you down. Yep, and we'll go out soon. There you go. The grooming took four hours this afternoon. So and we got in a walk early this morning, but we haven't walked a lot. The new hair is right, huh? Okay, let me finish the other tab, and then we'll be able to look at this. See, doesn't this look retro? It's got some blue in it, or the green-blue background. Reminds me of Grammy for some reason. Maybe she had an apron like this. Hello to Kim out there, who has just gotten her family just got a new corgi puppy, Rocky. All right. Who's ready for Thanksgiving? It's going to be such a small Thanksgiving. We're going to buy a turkey. We haven't yet. Probably tomorrow would be a good day to do that. Well, I should have done it. It's been so busy. I went to the Cape yesterday. I finished a custom quilt for Kathy. She's driving it out to Chicago this weekend. That was the white one. And I think I'm up to 6 t-shirt quilts here. So in different stages. So I've got to just get a few of those to completion. See how I trimmed it? So, but aside from that, same old, same old. Thanks, Maggie. Buster is adorable. I'm new to the small dog thing, but he's a good boy. And I don't know why I said but. It's just, I'm just getting used to him being so tiny. And by the way, he doesn't shed, which is just fabulous. And he can walk. Oh, this was funny. I asked the vet, because I was worried about how he's so little and he has little legs. I was worried I was overwalking him, that maybe I was taking him too far. And the vet was pretty funny. She said, unless you're an endurance runner or endurance training or marathon running, the dog's going to be fine. You're going to get tired before the dog is. Okay, so here's the other one. And I need to change my thread color, which I guess I could do. So there's one, sort of kind of in process. And why don't I finish this one up and then make sure I've said hi to everyone. Oh, yes, Linda, I remember your crested hairless dog. I made her many sweaters and she loved wearing them. She was always so warm. Oh, that's great. Yes. And I did research on those crested dogs afterward, discovered that some are hairless and some are not, right? And I looked at breeders. Breeders, and there might be a breeder out there, but in my limited experience, it was hard to get any breeder to even call me back. I'm sure they were overwhelmed with phone calls. I told you our local shelter here up in the North Shore, they had 14,000 applications. They said on their website, literally, don't apply, we're not taking them. So aside from that, I'm so glad you're all out there. We're gonna get through this. I suppose. I choose to believe that. Oh, my seam is right on my corner. That's okay. Didn't cut this on the bias, of course. Let's see. Here and around. Okay, almost done. Okay, there we go. Hi, Mom. Hello, Sherry in New Jersey. How are you? Oh, you'll have to. Oh, can you come on to Open Sew tomorrow and give us an update from the pharmacy? Haven't seen you in forever. I hope you're well. I hope everyone is well. Let's see. So now I'm just cutting off these. And then, oh, I like this. This is going to be a pretty coat. Very modern. That'll be good looking. He doesn't look like the same dog. No, he does not, Sue. Isn't that funny? Ooh, that curves around very nicely, if I do say so myself. And this also I'm going to do by hand. So that's the plan, Stan. I'm making coats and I'm working on gifts and I don't know, not much else to update everyone on. Anyone have any? Oh no, your mom had open heart surgery? Valve replacement too. It's been in and out of hospital with her since. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Well, completely understand. Just know we're there. We've been staying on for a couple of hours. At least someone's usually there for a couple of hours. If anyone wants company sewing, become a patron of Simply Colorful. And then you can get to we have an open room for Simply Colorful, and you can go on there. We set it up for Saturdays and Wednesdays, and we just go in there. And people stay for as long as they want. So I want to make sure I said hi to everyone. I think what I'm going to do is, oh, I made the other straps here. I guess I could do the straps. But I really think I should just call it. I thought for sure I had already put interfacing on some of those. But I guess I didn't. So, oh, Leah is out there. Hi, Leah. So there we go. There's one dog jacket. And here's another sort of in process. Oh. Oh, yeah. Leah, Sherry is on from the pharmacy. Let me make sure I said hi to everyone. And Allie is down under. Linda, have a great night. Have a great weekend. Oh, Allie, that's a good idea. Food layer cake for your I Spy. Good idea. Well, hi, Carol Oulette. How do you develop a pattern for a dog coat if the dog didn't come with one? Well, I would say, well, it depends what kind of dog coat you want. I'm a big fan lately of Pinterest. I'm late to that party. My sister told me about it 10 years ago, probably. Look to see what kind of coat you want to make. And then if you have any leftover muslin or just cheap fabric that you don't, it's throwaway fabric, you love Pinterest, right? Hi, Marcella, out in Little Rock. Hi, Carol Lewin. So to answer your question, if the dog didn't come with a coat, I would make one. Make a muslin. You know, if you're making a jacket, you make one out of muslin first and you fit it. So I might just drape it over the dog and go from there. Does that make sense? I just don't get Pinterest, says Carol. Oh, Carol, I didn't at first. It's like a search engine for images. And then you can basically save like your folder of images you like and you want to reference. And you call each of those folders a board, or you pin the picture into that board. But it's basically you're just saving pictures into a folder for later viewing. Used to be great. They used to bill it for wedding planning. You know, great way to go and look for what kind of flowers you liked. So you type in wedding flowers or wedding arrangements or blue wedding arrangements. Last night I was looking for glass showers, modern glass showers, glass showers with blue. Just, you can type in anything and really hone into what you can find. So Pinterest, that's been useful. And then of course you can share the board. So let's say you're planning that wedding with someone across the country. You can both pin things into this board or into this folder and both see it and then collaborate and say, oh, I like that picture. I didn't like that picture. That kind of thing. So good question, Carol Oulette. I hope that helped. Basically, I would design it with a piece of scrap fabric and fit it to his body. Yeah, Pinterest is, like Allie says, like having a bookmark for web pages. Yeah, good idea. Maggie says Buster's really styling this winter. He is. He is. Oh. Apparently, I've had several different people confirm the fact that Buster's feet are pink, that strawberry, because he does lick them. And it's the saliva that's just discoloring or changing the color of the hair. And the vet said that, excuse me, I just yawned. That's not good pod. The vet said that it's probably an allergy and it could be contact, like pollen outside or grasses or things get into his paws, or it could be the food. Said it's not likely something he's inhaling, that kind of allergy. So, and then he said I could always wash his feet every time I take him out for a walk, after the walk. I could also try booties. I asked about that. She said, yes, that would be great if the dog could tolerate it, but probably, I haven't tried it. I don't think Buster would let me put booties on him. It would take me half an hour to get the dog ready for a walk. But at least we're starting off with a coat, and we'll go from there. I'm so glad you guys can say hi to each other. That's the best. I think I'm going to call it. I hope you all are making do, are getting by, trying to stay positive, make fun things. Look at this. I mean, when else other than in a pandemic could you cut up scrap pieces of fabric in all different sizes? Look at all of these 1.5-inch squares. Huh? Anyway, okay. I wish everyone a great weekend. For those of you who are patrons, see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone. Oh, Colleen, doubling daily. I'm so sorry. Yes, have a nice Thanksgiving. Oh, Colleen, be safe. Be safe. I love to see you online. Bye.